What's up, everybody? Big D coming at you tonight. Got a great show for you. Great new brand that's out that I got to meet at PCA, and we're going to talk with them tonight. But before we get started, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hey, it's helping me out, man. Make sure you hit that like button. The more likes we get, that helps the algorithm out. More people can join in on the party that we've gotten into today. Also, in the description, I've got my link tree. It's in there. Click on it. Go support my advertiser, sponsors, and preferred retail partners. They help continue to keep all of the programming going on the show, and your support goes a long way. Whether you're looking for sticks or whether you're looking for accessories, I've got you covered. So use the exclusive promo codes only to save yourself some coinage, because I'm a man of the people. Also, pinned on Facebook and pinned here in YouTube, I have a link there. It's for GoFundMe to go support our great brother who's been part of the media. Great show, Frankie Rodriguez of the Bakersfield Gentlemen. If you can donate anything to help out with the medical expenses and costs that are accruing from what he's been going through, it would mean a lot. The Bakersfield Gentlemen have always been there for me, really from day one. They've been amazing. And Frankie and Miguel, two amazing guys. And Frankie's going through some health issues right now, and it doesn't look good, unfortunately. And it hurts my heart to say that. But if you can help in any way, click on the pinned link there, and if you can donate a couple bucks, donate a couple bucks. Help the family out. It's a hard time for them, and those guys have been an incredible staple of the cigar community for a long, long time. And we're all giving our thoughts and prayers out to Frankie for hopefully he can pull through from whatever the medical issue is that it's going on. So, all right. I'll remind you all about this a little later on in the show as well, too. All right. So my guys tonight, these two guys, cigar brand, funny name. One is an amazing craftsman and artist. You've probably seen his cigar band art all over the place. It's just phenomenal and beautiful out there. And coming all the way in for us tonight with the Angry Beaver Cigars. Let's bring the gentleman on, and I'm going to make myself small here so these guys can have center showcase. Gentlemen, welcome.
What's going on, brother? Thanks for having us. Hey, Danny.
It's good to see both of you guys. So I will hand it off to you guys. Introduce yourselves to the people out there. Let them know all about your brand, Angry Beaver Cigars.
It's all you, buddy. Fire away.
All right.
We don't have the boss with us.
We don't have the boss with us. So we are a woman-owned business. My beautiful wife, the contestant Dawn Caruso, actually owns the company. We're just the better-looking side of the company, Lou and I. So, actually, and we are law enforcement run. I'm retired LE. So we do support all of our first responders and our vets. We started the company back in February. Lou and I met in October, became really close friends right out of the jump. We started talking. I didn't realize that Lou was such an expert in the field when it comes to cigars. And over a cigar and a drink, the more we met, we started bullshitting and saying, "Oh man, wouldn't this be cool to come up with our own line?" And Lou goes, "Yeah, I know somebody." So we kept talking about it. My wife finally said, "I'm tired of hearing you both talk about all these wonderful things you're going to do with a new cigar company." She goes, "So get off your asses and do something." So Lou introduced me to a good friend of his, Ish, who is now
Danny's good friends with Ish. Danny knows Ish very well.
So he introduced me to the Cigar Jesus, and we have some background the same, and some of the ventures we did prior to cigars. So now we consider him, or I do now consider him family as well. And we sat down with him and told him what we wanted. when we spoke about it, Connecticut, Lou was like adamant. It can't be those Connecticut's you put in your mouth and it tastes like air. It has no flavor. So we sat down with Ish after a couple of different rolls and tries. We came up with what we think is probably one of the most flavorful Connecticut's on the market right now. We get great response. One of my favorite blends, Sumatra. So we did a Sumatra, and then Lou came up with the Corojo, which is amazing. So in honor of Ish, one day matter of fact, when Ish opened up his lounge, the BAMF lounge in Wellington, we were there for the grand opening, and our boxes got delivered. And we were like two kids in a candy store. We're ripping up boxes, grabbing cigars out, looking at the cigars, looking at them on the shelf. And we were talking to Ish, and we asked him, we said, how many blends have you done for people? He said, 107. So I said, oh, so with 107? He said, yes. So because I don't sleep and my mind keeps going, a couple days went by, and I told Lou, let's do a blend called the 107 in honor of Ish. Lou came up with the blend, and we sent it to Ish, and I came up with the design, the artwork. So these are the 107s, if you can see them.
Okay.
And we're doing a event kickoff party for the 107s. It will be in the Her Majesty's Secret Service themed. So people show up either as the man himself, one of the Bond girls, a villain. We're going to introduce the line. We're already in. I'll get to that in a minute, Lou. So we're having this event. Some of the proceeds are going to an initiative that Lou and I started, and it's called Cigars and Brotherhood. And some of that money will go for the lounges that carry our cigars. If our brothers want to sit down, talk, we have counselor, when it comes to PTSD, they'll get a cigar and a cup of coffee or whatever, and that's from Angry Beaver. So we have that initiative going, as well.
Lou?
I'm waiting on you.
Yeah.
All to you now, Lou.
I don't have that much to say. I think Bobby got the company under control. So, no, Bobby's right. We sat down and talked. We hit it off. We're like brothers that we've
Absolutely
known each other for 50 years. And so when we came up with the blends, we talked a lot about what we like. We ended up doing 3 sizes or 3 cigar blends, one size. Everything is a Toro size. We figured that was kind of right in the wheelhouse for most people. We started off with 3 blends, like Bobby said. We got a Connecticut, Sumatra, and a Corojo. And then now this is a limited edition that we have. So we don't feel the need to have, 5 different sizes of the same blend. We'd rather just start off now being able to offer a few different selections and be able to expand on that. And then if we feel like doing a limited edition, maybe we'll do, like a torpedo, or we'll do like a flying pig type of size or something like that, but something on a special edition run.
Okay.
So
I take it, Lou, you've kind of taken over on the blending side with the business on kind of what you're looking for in a cigar, and what you've put out so far has kind of been your idea that you passed over to Ish.
Yeah, and what Bobby likes also. So we don't want to, like I told Bobby, because I'm a full body smoker, and I'm going to smoke a Maduro, even a medium Maduro, I'm going to smoke over anything else. That's just my wheelhouse. But we understand that we have to have, a selection for people. So like Bobby was saying earlier, that Connecticut right there. I said, if I'm going to smoke a Connecticut because I'm going to smoke all of our cigars, I have to enjoy that also. And
Yeah, it does pack a nice punch. That is, it lets you know right off the bat. It is very Lajero forward to give you that nice package. But so far, I'm enjoying it. I'm a few puffs in.
good.
Very nice, and of course, that quality of ish is standard there. That beautiful burn. Look at that beautiful burn. Can't get any better than that.
No, it's always quality with him. That's why, when me and Bobby talked, I'm like, there's only one guy that we're going to go to. He's going to take it from the DR and put it on our front porch for us to go sell them. And we don't have to deal with anything. We know the quality's going to be there. And we're very happy with that.
If I was to start a brand, Ish would be number one for me to go through. I don't think that there would be anybody else I would trust to do it for me. Plus, he handles pretty much everything for you, so it just takes all the thinking out of it.
Yeah, because I don't want to have to deal with somebody that's got to. Then I got to get an importer. I got to get a broker. I got to get a distributor. No, I can just bring them in, ready to go.
Are these also being sold on Ish's website?
Not on his website. They
Okay.
are in the lounge that he has down at the Polo Club.
Okay.
We're in a few other lounges also. So with the lounges, so we're selling them just, obviously just by singles, whatever. For the lounges, they're buying bundles. And we're not selling a packaged box for sale. So what we did was for our display, me and Bobby were talking one day, and I'm like, we need to do something that's going to stand out when you walk into a walk-in humidor that has 100 facings in there, say, and everything is pretty much a brown box, right? For the most part. How are we going to catch somebody's attention? And also, we want to make it an opportunity for us to get into a lounge because we know that shelf space is a premium. So, how much space are they going to really want to give up for us to go in there? So what we did was we came up with a display box only for the humidor. And it looks like stacked logs that a beaver would have chewed down. And it holds all three sizes, all three blends in the one box. So it holds 60 cigars, 20 of each, all on one display. It only takes up 18 inches of shelf space.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I was expecting to hear that you were creating the boxes and decorating them yourself with your band art.
No, the band art's its own thing. Yeah, the band art's its own thing. What we'll probably do with the band art is when we do special events, fundraiser events, we'll have the band art for whatever cause that we're generating money for.
Lou did have his own art show, which was located in the art district in downtown Melbourne, off of O'Galley, which they call the art district. And we put together an art show featuring all of Lou's band works, and he did quite well. Actually, it was a huge hit.
I've got this big giant box full of bands. I gotta send to Lou.
Send it on over.
I try to make every time the box just keeps getting bigger and bigger every time I send them to you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, so that was a fun little project, and with this display box, and it's been getting great reception from people.
Well, you got people hitting us up wanting to buy just a display box, and it's just for the lounges. We're not going to go create these and post them for sale. But a quick shout out to Fat Boys Cigars, located in Beaver County, Pennsylvania. They are the only lounge right now. They are our number one customer and reorder every 2 weeks. They're the only lounge right now to carry the 107s, which is really cool. As soon as they found out we had a new blend coming out, they contacted us, and we promised them they would be the first to carry them. And they've already contacted us with rave reviews from their customers. The owners, very, very cool people. The lounge is very cool. So it's, they were like one of our first.
Yeah, they've been great support. I mean, always contacting
Amazing.
you.
Yeah, amazing support.
Yeah, it's been great.
How many lounges are you in currently?
5.
5, and that's not bad. And did all those 5 come in from PCA or before?
No.
No. Okay.
No. One did, the original. Fat Boys contacted us. The other ones, no. It's just it was either word of mouth or, Lou and I going out and meeting, introducing ourselves to different people, different lounges. We're trying to get distribution right now, so we're gonna see if we can find a distributor who will carry the line. So we're gonna work on that here.
Online retailer.
Yeah, online retailer. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. We're not gonna get in the game. We'd rather have other people out there supporting us, have a good relationship with them, and just feed the cigars, feed them to different people. We're working on our website. Once we get our website up and running, we'll have locations of lounges that carry our cigars, so people can find them. We'll have links to online sales, and then on our website, we're going to be carrying our merchandise. So the swag's pretty cool. We got some cool hats, some shirts, some cups in the works.
We have some cups in the works. We've got sticker packs. We've got trying to, we're asked all the time. I get contacted all the time. You got T-shirts, you got sticker packs, you got our hats sold out. We're having new ones made, all embroidered. They didn't last long at all. We've got pre-orders on T-shirts, and so it.
Yeah, here's the hat. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but that's all embroidered.
Oh wow!
That's pretty.
I love the logo.
It pops, right?
Yeah.
We
came up with our insulated, for whatever beverage you want. I may have something.
It's always coffee.
Always coffee in here, a little bit of coffee. But yeah, so we just started doing that and coming up with different logos. And I usually take care of that end, and then I run it by Lou. I'll send him different logos that I've come up with. And it's such a catchy name, and it's the one thing that Lou and I spoke about when we spoke about the getting a company together, was we wanted a really catchy name with a cool logo, but we didn't want to be that brand that comes out here and you go, oh man, look at that band, it's so cool. Or, look at the logo, it's so cool. You smoke the cigar once, and you never buy another one, or you never put another one in your mouth. We wanted to make sure that the cigar was superior to the logo and the band, which I think we accomplished.
I think so.
We go. We've had a couple of fantastic cutting lights, or some of the places that we're in, that the lounges and the regulars know us, and the first thing they say when we walk through the door is, "Put a beaver in your mouth. Put an angry beaver in your mouth." That's the the catchphrase, and it's kind of cool to hear other people start saying that when Lou and I walk into an establishment.
Yeah. Well, if I would have done that, I wouldn't have had an almost 3-year-old now. So I probably should have.
Wow. May have had one or two. That's another story.
So I am enjoying this Connecticut. Oh my goodness! I just ashed myself. Party foul. I'm enjoying the Connecticut. It is very good. Lots of pepper and spice. Front forward on that. Overall, it's a nice, solid, medium-bodied smoke. It's not overwhelming on the palate, but definitely, hits you right up front with the pepper and spice, and then mellows off into a lot of that, to that creamy toastiness, nuttiness coming in on the back end. So it's very good. I like that it hits you up front and then mellows off the back.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, thank you.
The so all three of the blends, they're all medium. They're just a medium right now. And then, like I said, as we expand, we'll play around. I think might have one that's going to be like a rocket ship.
Well, you're working with Ish, so you have that ability to use some of that tobacco, worldwide tobacco that he's able to source to really, make different, interesting, unique blends.
Well, the other thing too is like, no matter what the blend is, the strength, it's always smooth, right? They're just always smooth cigars. No harshness, no bitterness. It's just a joy. I mean, that's what you want to do when you smoke a cigar, right? You want to enjoy it.
Yes.
You don't want to sit there and go, oh, I got to purge this thing 10 times, and there you go.
Great logo.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Great logo.
So what we did there also, all of our cigars have a secondary band. So the 3 originals, we have the Connecticut, which is the green band, and then we have the Sumatra, which is
brown.
The brown.
Yeah.
And then we have the green for the Corojo.
Black.
No, this is black.
Yeah, the Corojo is not right. Corojo is a dark.
That's a black.
Only this is 107 is black and silver.
Oh, yeah.
The band on the 107 is just, it's pretty cool. So the secondary band is black and silver. The primary band, let me see if I can get this off here.
While you're working on that, was that your guys' first trip to PCA? Or have you been before?
No,
First time.
All right. Well, you left with getting an account, so that's for an ultra boutique brand out there. I mean, that's a big W for I would count that as that.
Oh yeah,
you're able to sign a shop to bring you guys in. I mean, that's fantastic.
Yeah, no, we definitely.
I think for a company just since February, I think we're doing well. We're blessed, absolutely blessed.
4 months.
4 months, we're doing really well.
I think so. That's awesome. Knowing Ish, you already had a head start on pretty much.
Exactly.
Oh, absolutely.
It's kind of the cheat code to the industry is having him in your corner back there.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know if you can see this band. Where's the?
Hold on. I will make you guys bigger and me smaller. All right.
I don't know if you can.
There we go. It's getting a little bit white. There you go. All right.
So that's the 107. dig the logo. The band came out amazing. Which the other thing about when you mention, dealing with Ish is, you send him your logo design and everything else, and he made the regular ones, our regular blends. It looks almost like a hologram, which is unusual as well. But it's cool because it's that you send them what you need, everything's done, everything's shipped to you, and then when you actually look at them, it's not what you expected. It always exceeds, what we thought everything was going to. Well, first, what everything was going to taste like, and then the bands themselves just exceeded our expectations. So we got something else in the work that Lou has. I won't talk too much about it. Has completely designed the blend, the shape. It's going to be extremely, extremely cool. I'm pretty excited about that. That one.
Funky.
And that band, wait till you see that band. That's going to be very cool. Yeah, so pretty excited about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we've been getting great feedback. A lot of people are interested in it. A lot of people want to be a part of it.
A couple of collabs.
Yeah, I mean, it's been really fun. I mean, having a great time with it.
I mean, it should be, a good time. You shouldn't, it shouldn't be a struggle or a worry. And, Bobby put his wife in charge of the company, her name in it. So if it all goes down, it's on her, not on him. So smart man.
Absolutely.
Smart man.
And she's been smoking cigars for 10 years.
Yeah.
Dawn smokes cigars every time we're together. We smoke together. Yeah. So, it's not just the front. She's a smoker. She enjoys it. That was another thing. She likes Connecticut's. So that one was kind of hers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that I gotta say is that because you guys are consumers first, you look at building a cigar and your brand as you would if you were a consumer, which is why I think that you're going to have a lot of success as the company continues to grow, because you're consumers. You know what you like out there. You know what the vast majority of the people like out there, and you can build a cigar to kind of meet that tailoring of the needs of the people out there, because you're a consumer. I can't harp on that enough. I think that has been one of the biggest things I've noticed over the last few years with a lot of the new companies that have come out, is that it's just like, I'm a consumer first, I own a brand second, but they enact that whole consumer mindset into everything that they do, and the brands have just been successful.
Yeah, I mean, that's how we looked at it. We want to smoke them, right? We don't want to. Yeah, of course we want to sell cigars. That's what we started the business for, right? But at the end of the day, we want to smoke our cigars and enjoy them, just as we hope everybody else does.
How do people get a hold of you if they would like to try these for themselves?
We have a Facebook page, Angry Beaver Cigars. We have an Instagram page, Angry Beaver Cigars. Website. Soon as we nail everything down, they'll be out here shortly. In the near future,
I'm not sure if Fat Boys mail orders or not.
No, Fat Boys does their own, only kind of sells their own blends, and whatever the special brand of the month is what they sell online. Other than that, you've got to be a member to purchase anything else off the website.
Gotcha. In the near future, we are going to be doing events, doing motorcycle events, bachelor parties, bachelorette parties. So we're going to actually be mobile, but not, I'm not going to give it away right now, but not a mobile lounge like you would think. It's our own design that we're putting together as we speak. And hopefully within the next month and a half, make that announcement and plaster social media with our new concept.
I saw you guys' interview with Simply Stogies out there. That's cool to have a big show like them. Take the time to interview you guys at PCA and get your name out there on a large platform like that.
Yeah, that was nice for Nick to come by. I enjoy his company.
I think everybody likes Nick. I mean,
yeah, we talked a lot, so it was good that he came by. And kudos to Nick, because Nick actually, that's his Connecticut, the LH Connecticut, is one of my favorite Connecticut's. And I even told him in the interview that that's what we wanted to, we were striving for.
Yeah. Well, I like your guys' Connecticut.
Good.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
It is very good. And for the people watching, it hits you. It is very Lajero forward, and it hits you right off the bat with that pepper and spice, and then it tames off as it works its way back. Very creamy, very nutty, very toasty. Nice leatheriness. Very nice sweetness coming off of the foot. The retro's got a little bit of a pop to it. Not bad. I mean, it is a great Connecticut, and it's not, and I'm not a big Connecticut guy, but
I know you're not.
It is very flavorful. I'm really enjoying this.
That's why I gave it to you, because I know you're not, and I wanted your opinion on it. I know you like the chocolate bars.
Not all the time.
Not all the time, but if you had a choice.
I mean, who doesn't love a good chocolate bar?
That's right.
And I enjoy the chocolate bars, and I enjoy the meaty steaks. So it's what I kind of strive for, depending on what my mood is. But yes, it's very good. It's delicious. It is really an anytime smoke. It's not relegated because of being on the lighter side there as a morning Smith stick. It is really any time of day stick, I would say.
Yeah, I do agree with that. And that was the point of that cigar too, was, to be able to just, like you said, not have one of those cigars where it's like, oh, I'm just going to have it with my coffee because it's so light, in the morning or whatever. I think sometimes, when you smoke a lot of cigars too, sometimes at the end of the day, you want to have something that's just not over the top, just something right in the middle, just to end the night. And it goes with just about anything that you want to drink with it. It's going to be nice.
Yeah. Lou, are you doing the band art fundraiser again this year?
No, I'm going to be doing something different. We'll be doing, when I figure out what I'm going to do this year, I'll be doing a fundraiser for somebody. Just haven't figured out the organization yet, but I'll let you know.
I enjoy your photos of you just chilling out, smoking, and building something beautiful with the bands on a canvas. It's nice, and I'm just like, dang, man, look at him. He looks like he's just having a good time.
It's very therapeutic.
Oh, yeah, it is. So now that you're part of the boutique world out there, and you're 4 months in as a business, how do you feel where you're at 4 months in? Are you where you thought you'd be? You overachieved on where you thought you'd be, or where are you kind of like, I don't know, I don't think we've hit where we should be?
I think we're where we want to be. I think maybe even a little better than we thought we were going to be. To be in, a handful of lounges already, and we have a couple more that we're working on. We're just waiting for the logistics of being able to get together with them. That says a lot. I mean, and they're reordering. So, that's a good sign.
That's a great sign.
Yeah.
Out there. So other than Fat Boys, are the rest of the lounges all in Florida?
No.
Oh wow, that's even cooler. I think you're ahead of where you should be then.
Yeah.
West Virginia, and then a it's not a new lounge. They've been in business 45 years, but right outside of Boston.
Wow, that's so cool, man. I'm happy. I'm actually glad to hear that. You know, I think you are ahead of where you should be this early on into being a new brand out there.
Yeah, we're very happy. Like I said, we're blessed with what we've got so far. You know, it was an awesome experience. Like Bobby said earlier, that we were down at Ish's. I went down there for the pre-grand opening party, and then we all went for the grand opening party, and it was pretty cool to have, I don't know, maybe 8 different brands that Ish blends for, makes cigars for, that were there, you know, and to be a part of that, and for people to get up there and, you know, give a little kudos to him and a little thank you back to him for everything he's done for us. It was great to be part of the bigger family. And you know, we're all on the shelf down in the humidor. So
Okay. That's awesome.
but we also have we're going to be with the TPA, which is with Ish and Ronnie, Dr. Oscar, you know, all those guys.
Jay.
So they're going to be, hopefully we're going to be organized. They are going to be organizing an event soon. So love to be a part of that.
Yeah. Wow. That's cool. I mean, I think you guys, you've nailed it, Connecticut, and that's for a lot of people out there. That's kind of the end all be all, is if you can nail it, Connecticut, and I think you did.
Thank you. So
While we before going further, I want to remind everybody, pinned in the comment section on YouTube and on Facebook, there. I've got the GoFundMe link there for Frankie from the Bakersfield. Gentlemen, please, if you can, go support. A couple bucks, go help him out. You know, it's not looking good medically for him, but you know, they've been amazing guys within this community for a long time, and they're really good friends of mine, Frankie and Miguel. So if you can also keep Frankie in your thoughts and prayers there, hopefully whatever's going on with his inside his brain, they're able to get it fixed, and hopefully he's able to come out of it. But based on what Miguel has said, it's not so good. But if you can help out with the medical costs and expenses, and just you know, throw a couple bucks, it would mean a lot to me and mean a lot there to Miguel as well. All right, so I'll remind everybody again before we sign off for the night, but I wanted to just re-drop that back down again.
yeah, absolutely. It's definitely saying a prayer for him. That's tough.
They were one of, when I'd watched them for a long time, and they were, when I started putting out content, they were the first guys of any notoriety that reached out to me to tell me good job, and we've really kind of been friends ever since then.
Cool. So, you know, the other thing that we're looking at, well, that's what, like Bobby was saying, with the mobile situation that we're coming up with. We want to be able to get out there and really direct sale to people, because, well, Bobby has the gift of gab. So, you know, we get in front of somebody, we're going to talk it up, right? So, and then when somebody gets to smoke one, come back for more, right? So the cutting lights that we've done so far, the reception was great.
No, fantastic.
You know, So I mean, it was good. We had the guys from Cigar Club were there. They were buying 5-packs.
Yeah, Angel Envy actually asked us to team up with them for an evening, which was really cool. We had great response that night.
Yeah.
There's a lounge that we're in that's really not a cigar lounge. It's an actual club, and it's in Satellite Beach. It's called the Quarantine Bar, which is in the back of a club called the Social Distance. A very close friend of mine owns the establishment. But they've had guys that always go there. They smoke cigars. They thought about, hey, we'd love to introduce some cigars. So the issue was, because of where we're located, to sit out back at night or during the afternoon and smoke, it's just, the heat is horrendous. They just enclosed it and AC'd it to make it a dual. Now it's a cigar lounge, and they carry our cigars exclusively.
That's cool.
Which is really, they got light up logos and banners, and I mean it was very cool for them to do that. And I'd love to say that they built the outside deck around us. So I'll just throw that wise tale out there, but they did build an actual lounge now. I mean, all AC'd, and when you walk in there, the first thing you see is Angry Beaver Cigars lit up behind the bar, which is really cool. Really cool.
Well, it was cool. We were there last week, and we were getting something to eat and sitting there out smoking a cigar. And then some people at the bar bought cigars, and they're over there. And so the bartender tells them, "Hey, those are the guys in Dawn with Angry Beaver cigars." So if they were, "Hey, how you doing?" Whatever, right? They come over. Man, we really enjoyed those cigars. Thanks a lot.
That was a woman's first cigar.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. That was
I knew it was the kids' first
him
cigar.
too. Yeah. They picked the Connecticut, and it was the woman. She said, "I've never smoked a cigar before," and she came over and made sure she came over and said she really enjoyed it. And then her son came over and said he enjoyed his, and which is cool because we like to go. Well, naturally, we can't go to Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Boston on a weekend, but we like to go to the places that we're in here to show our faces, smoke our cigars, and just talk to the people that are smoking our brand there. I think that
And we're
one
supporting
on one,
them too.
right? And we support them back. So we go in there, and Lou said, we'll grab something to eat or drink or whatever lounge we're in. We're buying drinks, so we support them as well. I think they like to see brand representatives, especially owners of a brand that frequents their lounges. And then we talk to the patrons about, might start off about, it's always a joke about the brand, actually, the name. And then we get into the whole thing about how we started with these people and end up having drinks with the patrons. And I think that one-on-one connection, that you have brand owners that are here hanging out with the people that are here supporting not only the lounges, but supporting our brand. I think it takes to another level. I mean, Lou and I have been to, I don't know how many cigar lounges, been to them through the U.S., and you just don't see, and I understand we're a small little boutique, and you're not going to see Fuentes and this whoever else hanging out. But it's cool to see owners there, brand owners hanging out with people. I give a lot of credit to a good friend of mine, Robert Caldwell, who before, it was way before Lou and I even met. I ran into Robert. We became friends and talked about everything but cigars. And I mean, he's a marketing genius. His brand. Make a long story short, we started talking. He was talking about brands and coming up with all his different names and how he did this and did that. And he goes, it's really important that you have a brand name that people won't forget, as long as, and it's like I said in the beginning, as long as the cigars support the name. But then when they smoke the cigar, they won't forget what they smoked because of the name. And that stuck. So when we got together, I said, one of the conversations I had with Robert, this is a conversation I had with Robert, I don't know, 2 years ago, maybe. One of the conversations, and it stuck in my head. So PCA, I've seen him since, but PCA, the first person I went to see was Robert, and we were hanging out, and I told him about the name of the company. I said, hey, we just get, and he said, perfect. I said, I did this because of you, because of what you said to me. It just sat in my mind. I said, I wanted to thank you. And he was a little set back, and he goes, it was just a conversation. And I said, yeah, but I kept that part of the conversation with me. And what really made us sit down and go, you got to have that name, along with the cigar. So yeah, I credit him to some of the thought process that went into the brand.
Well, it's a name that you remember. So if you never smoked one, you've heard it, you definitely want to check it out. And if you're just browsing through a humidor at a shop and you see the logo on the cigar, it's going to stop you and you're going to take a look at it. And, for the people that shop by logos, they'll pick one up,
Right.
And then you'll get the people that just out of curiosity, just because that band's cool. So I don't know, I'll try it, whether it's good or not, I don't know. But the band, so I think that Caldwell is correct. It's a name that sticks, whether you want to bring people in, or if you want to garner the attention from people will remember it.
Well, that's it. And, like Bobby said, we wanted to make sure too that the cigar was going to be able to hold up, right? We don't want a one and done, right? We don't want somebody to go, oh, that's a cool band, smoke it and go, okay, I'm not going to smoke that again, right? That was fun. It was okay, whatever. No, we want you to enjoy it and have a good experience with the cigar.
Well,
and then
I got to say, coming into the final third onto your Connecticut here, it has changed up drastically, and it is extremely delicious on this. So I'm really digging this final third. So, you did a good job in how you wanted it blend. That's I'm going to tell you right off the bat, because you know what you wanted, and Ish took what you wanted, and I think he did a fantastic job in coming up with the blend to provide it for you.
That's why he's the cigar Jesus.
Yep. It's funny, right? Because sometimes, if I'm going to, not that I do cigar reviews or I do anything like that, but just for myself, if I go in my humidor and I go, tonight I'm just going to sit down and actually get into this cigar, right? Like nerd out on it, right? And just smoke it, enjoy it, pick up notes on it, pay attention to the cigar. So one night I was at this cigar club meeting, and I was smoking our Sumatra. And it was funny because I wasn't paying attention to the cigar. I was talking, sitting at a table with 20 people. We're just sitting there talking and smoking, having a good time. And all of a sudden, I took a puff of the cigar, right? And I went, whoa, hold on a second. Let me take another puff and pay attention to it. And I called Bobby that night, and I go, man, that Sumatra really, especially when you get into the sweet spot in the middle of it. It was really just a great cigar. I really enjoyed it. And again, Sumatra is not my favorite per se. I smoke everything and I enjoy everything for what it is, but I was just really like, wow, this really is a good cigar. I thought that was a cool moment.
What was it, about 2 weeks? About 2. We do shit together during the week. The weekends we usually jump on the bikes and go grab a drink, something to eat, and smoke. And So we were sitting in an outdoor establishment, and I was smoking a $40-something cigar, and I smoking. And I'm like, our cigar is better than this $40-something cigar that I have in my mouth. And when you come to that moment, and I'm not just saying it because it's our company, when you come to that moment, and we both looked at each other, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. I won't mention the brand or what it was. I could tell you it was probably a $42 cigar, and our cigars, I believe, I believe it was far better than this $40-something cigar.
It smokes like a $40-something cigar. I'll tell you that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's I took it out because I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna smoke. You have your high-end cigars and your everyday cigars, and I'm like, I'm gonna take this out. I'm gonna smoke it tonight. We're hanging out. We're having dinner, and then the more I smoke, I'm like, man, just think our cigar is better.
I've had far more enjoyability out of $8 to $12 cigars than I have ever had out of $20, $30+ cigars out there. I've just enjoyed them more. I like the blending better. I just think that the quality of the tobacco tastes better. The overall enjoyability factor is up, and I attribute it to just guys like you, out there, like Lou, who has an idea on a blend and is willing to take that risk just because it sounds like it may work, and it did, so it's delicious. Like literally, this last third is delicious. I feel like I'm smoking a completely different cigar coming into this last third than what it started with.
We want the cigar when you're smoking it to absolutely be an experience. We want the different flavor changes. We want you to, if you're definitely, if you're a cigar smoker, not somebody who just picked it out of the humidor, to stop and think and go, oh, this is completely different from what it started from, and this is not what I expected. So we want the cigars to be an absolute experience, and I think we hit it on the head.
Yeah, I think you did.
Well,
You talked about going to some of the smaller lounges and showing your face out there. A few months back, we had on the Tuesday show, we had a brand on, and then they were going to be in the area where Brandy's at, so she showed up, and Brandy was a bigger draw than the brand was showing up to the lounge. She just showed up to support, and then everybody there was all like celebrity, and she's like, "No, not me. I'm just here to support the brand." And I'm like, "See what happens when you get big time now? You get taken as a celebrity."
Yeah, I mean, we'd love to travel to the establishments that are outside of our home state. It's just, as a small boutique company, it's kind of hard. We naturally invest right back into our company and everything. So it's the traveling gets expensive unless you're going to several lounges in whatever state you're going to. So, but we'd love to. Nothing more than to show our faces in these other lounges.
Absolutely.
So is there going to be a return visit next year to New Orleans for PCA for you guys?
I don't know. That's a whole nother episode about New Orleans, but
well, the PCA was good to us.
PCA was great.
New Orleans had its moments, but no fault
No,
to New Orleans.
no.
In general, we had a great.
We had a great day. New Orleans is probably one of my favorite places. I have friends there, and frequented often. A couple of incidents these last couple of visits that New Orleans needs to get their shit together. The city, I'm not talking about.
It's a little rough. I've been to New York City more times than I could even count, and I honestly felt safer in New York City. I'm just saying.
Well, I enjoyed myself, but I really didn't stay out late or do anything. I kind of kept it to the trade show and to
That's what I'm saying.
a couple of lounges. I didn't really venture out too far, to go out. I'm getting to be an old man. I can't stay out late, which was a nice thing to get it away from Vegas, because otherwise it's getting into the hotel at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to turn around at 8 to be back at on the trade show floor.
No, right. we had late nights. Lou had never been, so I know the area quite well, and so it was every night we were out. We had a good time. I mean, even though I'm an old bastard, I try to take Lou to as many places, and I mean, we had a great time. It's just they really need to get this shit together. But the
event was cool.
The event was amazing.
It was good. I enjoyed because I got to meet a lot of people in person that I've only spoke to on Zoom calls, different meetups online. So to meet people face to face, that's a great experience.
It was great. I was like a kid, just walking around, especially some of the booths that were there that was just over the top. I was just walking around. Oh, it's just so cool. And I didn't know, because it's my first event like that. I didn't know you can't buy stuff there. And I'm like, what do you mean I can't buy stuff? I'm walking around and I'm saying, what do you mean you can't buy stuff?
Yeah, it's not that kind of trade show.
Right. Yes, I understand. I did buy a lightsaber lighter. It was just,
you could light somebody's cigar from across the room.
My God, it's just a bizarre lighter. But there was one booth that they were actually selling lighters and cutters, and so I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to buying a couple of things from these people.
So some of those brands that have the over the top displays and everything, they're also at TPE in January in Vegas. And it's just very slim down, like it's just a single 3-foot space booth. That's it. And all their money goes towards the big over the top display for PCA every year. It's just like you like, oh, that brand's going to be here, and then you're expecting something big and huge, but it's just something really tiny because they're not going over the top for a smaller trade show like that.
Yeah, they were beautiful. And the other cool thing is we're fortunate enough to be only 2 hours away from Tampa, which,
we're definitely going to do the Heritage Festival next year.
Yeah, we had a blast. The lounges over there are amazing. Have you ever heard of the Sterling? I've never seen a lounge like this, and they have suites you could stay in. You can stay, wow. Yeah. And if you have the suites at this lounge, it takes you to the top, which is a big outdoor lounge as well, besides the other lounge. And you can stay, you can hang out up there at night, overlooks Ybor City. Place is incredible.
That was going to be my next question, was if now that you got your feet a little wet, you looking at different festivals and events to possibly get your name out there a little bit more coming up in the future.
Yeah, definitely, because again, just getting in front of the people. When we went to the Heritage Festival, we didn't even have a cigar yet. We were just there. We went there to support Ish, see Ish, But we had our shirts made, and we were walking around with our shirts. So our shirts are lavender, a lavender guayabera with our logo embroidered on it, and we stand out.
Yeah, we got stopped.
I mean, like you know, we're walking down the street and you see us coming, and it's classy looking. It's just different, right?
Very
So
cool.
we had people just coming up out of nowhere. Oh man, oh those shirts are so nice. What's that logo? What brand is that? You know, we were taking pictures with brand owners because they liked our shirts.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool. Now we can hopefully have a a tent set up next Heritage.
That's cool.
Even Karen Berger, we were over there by her booth hanging out talking, and when I go take a picture with her, she's like, "I love your shirts. I love your shirts."
The queen herself out there, who was probably dressed as a tobacco plant or tobacco leaf.
No, she was in a regular nice outfit, but yeah, no, we had a great time there, and so it would. I guess so. The way they had it set up this year, you know, there was no entrance fee, right? And you just went around the whole perimeter of the park. There was a center courtyard, if you will, which had some of the other stuff in there, some of the other vendors. But around the whole perimeter were, on both sides of the walkway, were tents. You know, just everybody had a 10 by 10 with their table set up. And a lot of cigars, cigar accessory companies. But it was nice because you could just leisurely walk around an outdoor setting. You know, if you just stepped off to the left, you were on the sidewalk and you're not in the park no more. So then, you know, you want to get back into the thick of things where everybody's at, you just walk back in. And it was pretty cool. We had a good time. Jumped out, went and got lunch.
Yeah, we had a blast.
You know, went back in for a little bit. Yeah. So that's definitely one. And for us, you know, we could drive there. So, you know, for a day event, not much overhead, right, for us to go and do that.
Yeah, really just the cost of gas.
Yeah. And we would go anyway, right, as a consumer. So, you know, why not?
Why not? Yeah. Excellent. Well, I have thoroughly enjoyed this cigar. I'm now trying not to burn my fingers. It was very good. So, top-notch Connecticut. It was almost two different cigars from first half to second half on that cigar. Very good. I liked it. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend you go check out Angry Beaver Cigars on social media if you're interested in wanting to get some yourself. Shoot them a DM, and they will make sure you're fully taken care of. I can assure you on that. And I got links to all their social medias down in the description below. So you made it easy for you all to connect. Anything you guys would like to promote or end on before we call the show for tonight?
Just a big thank you for having us on. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate the opportunity. It was great running into you at the PCA. So I was glad we were able to connect and, you know, giving us the opportunity to jump on here and you to smoke one. And, yeah, let's get our name
good. I'm glad you guys were able to come on. Glad to help promote your guys' brand. I think y'all got something special there, and definitely going to be a brand that's going to sneak up on people. That they're going to be like, who are these guys? It's good stuff. I'll put my reputation on it. That great cigar just from a Connecticut. So if the Connecticut's that good, you know the rest of the line's got to be even better.
Appreciate that.
Thank you. Means a lot. Thank you.
Next week, well, the guy who makes their cigars is going to be on. The one, the only Ish will be my guest next week. on there. We'll be talking to him about his exclusively new cigar he dropped around the world, a cigar that contains tobacco from 17 different countries. So I'm actually really looking forward to smoking that. It's been staring at me in the humidor for a long time, and I can't wait. I can't wait to dig in on that one. So that's one I'm really excited to smoke. And also, as a reminder, please pinned in the comment section in Facebook and in YouTube, there is a GoFundMe there for Frankie from the Bakersfield Gentleman, who's going through some health issues right now. He's a good brother of the Leaf. Him and his brother do an amazing job with the content that they put out. Long-standing guys in the media there, and Frankie could really use your help and your prayers. And if you can donate a couple bucks to help out with the medical expenses and say a prayer for him, hopefully he pulls through with whatever health issue that they found going on with his brain. It would be a big help for him and his family there. So please support if you can, or if not, just please say a prayer and keep him in your thoughts till hopefully he pulls out of this. So that's it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate both of you for coming on. I had a great time. I enjoyed a fantastic smoke from Angry Beaver Cigars, and I'll see you all next week. So take care. Be safe out there. Don't do anything we wouldn't do, because we're sweet and innocent boys. And we will see you all later, everybody.